This is Radio Nepal. I'm Dila Prasai with the news, the headlines first. Prime Minister Sherba Durbar says government is committed to well-managed urbanization. CPN-UML directs subordinate committees to recommend candidates for upcoming federal and provincial elections by 7th of September. 3 tiers of government to collaborate for the promotion of Nepal's tourism. And Pakistan appeals for further international assistance after heavy loss from rain-induced disasters. Now the news in detail. Prime Minister Sherba Durbar has said the government is committed to well-managed urbanization. Inaugurating an international conference centre built at Butwal yesterday, Prime Minister Durbar sought coordination among the government's inter-agencies to complete the development projects in time. He said the establishment of the International Conference Centre at Butwal would help promote socio-economic and educational development. Prime Minister Durbar further said, with the federalism in place, the development of infrastructures was gaining pace at the local and provincial levels. On the occasion, Home Minister Balkrishna Kant said the development in Butwal, the vicinity of Lumbini, would lay the foundation for national development. On a different note, Home Minister Kant said the government was effortful to address the problems facing the landless squatters by providing them land ownership certificates via the Land Commission. The CPN-UML Central Committee has directed the subordinate committees to recommend the names of the possible candidates for the November 20 election by the 7th of September. A meeting of the Central Committee of the party held at the party's central office in Lalitpur had directed the subordinate committees to recommend the candidates' names based on the standard set by the party. Party's Publicity Department Chief Prithvi Subbagurung informed the media persons that the party set the standard and procedure for recommending candidates. The party has decided not to repeat the candidates who had got chances earlier in the proportional post and not to file candidacies of those who lost in an earlier election. The 3 tiers of government are to move ahead collaboratively for the promotion of Nepal's tourism. A conference of tourism ministers of all 7 provinces held in Kathmandu yesterday decided to revitalize the country's tourism sector affected by COVID-19 pandemic through the collaboration of all levels of the governments, The conference also stressed the need for carrying out tourism activities 12 months a year to attract as many as foreign tourists to the country. Addressing the conference, Tourism Minister Jivan Ram Shrestha said the country's economy would be boosted through tourism as Nepal has diverse climate and favourable weather to carry out tourism activities throughout the year. He also stressed the need for marketing the country's religious, cultural and heritage sites in an international level. Similarly, the ministry's secretary, Suresh Adhikari, said the ministry had moved ahead with plans and programs for policy reforms in line with the spirit and framework of federalism. Communication and Information Technology Minister Gyanendra Bahadur Karki has claimed that the 5-party alliance will move ahead effectively. Talking to media persons at Biratnagar Airport yesterday, Minister Karki said the alliance was necessary to ensure political stability in the country. When asked about the citizenship bill returned to Parliament by the President, Minister Karki expressed his hope that the bill endorsed by the lower house would get endorsed by the upper house as well. Minister Karki further added that the President had the right to discuss and take opinions from anyone, and her consultation regarding the citizenship bill was also normal. CPN Mavis Centre Chairman Puspa Kamal Dahal Prachanda has claimed that the 5-party alliance was formed to save the country from disaster and the alliance would get stronger from the upcoming elections. Talking to media persons at Butwal yesterday, Chairman Prachanda said the local level election was not in favour of the CPN Mavis Centre and the party learned a lesson from that. Energy, Water Resources and Irrigation Minister Pampa Pusal has said the current government is employee-friendly. Inaugurating the National Convention of the National Progressive Health Workers Association yesterday, Minister Pusal directed the employees to dedicate their attention to service delivery to people. She also claimed that the government had been really positive to provide necessary incentives and allowances to the employees. Radio Nepal's director, Dr. Nabaraj Lamsal, has been awarded with the most prestigious Madan Puraskar 2078 for his book Agni. Chairperson of the Madan Puraskar Trust, Kunda Dechit, announced the decision of the Trust General Assembly to provide the award via his Twitter handle yesterday. Dr. Lamsal has been contributing to Nepali literature through his voice and pen equally. Agni is his third epic following the publication of Dhara and Karna earlier. Likewise, Madan Puraskar Trust has awarded Jagadamba Sri Puraskar 2078 to Durga Prasad Shrestha, the editor of a literary magazine Uday. Shrestha has given continuity to the publication of Uday, which began in Banaras of India. Both prizes carry a purse of 400,000 rupees and a letter of appreciation. Minister for Urban Development Methmani Chaudhary says the country would move ahead towards the new path after the election scheduled for November 20. At a program organized by Reporters Club, Nepal Lumbini Province office in Butwal yesterday, Minister Chaudhary pointed out the need for making the ruling alliance victorious in the election for the implementation of the constitution in the country. You're listening to Radio Nepal, 8 a.m. English News Bulletin. We continue with the international updates now. Pakistan is appealing for further international assistance after floods wreaked havoc across the country. The US, UK, United Arab Emirates and others have contributed to the monsoon disaster appeal, but much more funds are needed, an Interior Ministry official of Pakistan told the BBC. More than 1,000 people have died and millions have been displaced since June. He said Pakistan's government was doing everything in its power to help people. In the northwest of the country, thousands of people fled their homes after rivers in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province burst their banks, causing powerful flash floods. The United Nations has called for an immediate stop to hostilities in Libya following a day of deadly clashes between political factions in the capital Tripoli. At least 23 people were killed and dozens more were wounded during the fighting, the health ministry in Tripoli said. Among the dead was young comedian Mustafa Baraka, local media report. Libya has been in chaos since the NATO-backed uprising in 2011 that outstayed long-serving ruler Muammar Gaddafi. Despite this, the country had enjoyed a relatively calm period over the last 2 years. On Saturday, armed forces of the internationally recognized government tried to push back a convoy of militia loyal to Fatih Bashahaga, the man whom a rival Eastern Parliament recognizes as Prime Minister. The UN's Libya mission said the fighting had included indiscriminate medium and heavy shelling in civilian populated neighborhoods and called for an immediate ceasefire. Now the general weather forecast for the country for today. Forecasting Division says the weather is likely to be generally to mostly cloudy throughout the country. Light to moderate rain with thunder and lightning is likely to occur at many places of Province 1, Madhya Province, Bagmati Province, Gandaki Province and Lumbini Province. Kathmandu's weather report now. Maximum temperature of 29.5 degrees Celsius and the minimum temperature of 21.5 degrees Celsius. With this news, we have come to the end of this bulletin. But before we wrap up the headlines once again. Prime Minister Sherbatu Duba says government is committed to well-managed urbanization. CPN-UML directs subordinate committees to recommend candidates for upcoming federal and provincial elections by 7th of September. 3 tiers of government to collaborate for the promotion of Nepal's tourism, and Pakistan appeals for further international assistance after heavy loss from rain-induced disasters. Well, that's all that we have for this edition. Our next English news edition is at 2 in the afternoon. You can also listen to us online at our website www.radionepal.gov.np for more news and online programs. Stay tuned, stay safe, and have a good day.